starting with Krista's episode. Each episode of the Ultimate Fancast, where fans are the stars of the show, like Drywall, who joined us tonight. If you answer 5 questions, you have a chance to earn 7 Dark Scyther.
Yep, 5 questions. Just gotta submit them into your Battle Bunny ticket.
Yeah. So we just have to answer them. We don't have to get them correct. Is that right?
No, you have to get them correct, Luke.
Correct. You said just answer them. So
if you're not in the Discord and you want to start participating in the Dark Scyther games to earn cool stuff like Drywall did in the first Scyther games. What did you earn, Drywall, in that first Scyther games?
The Mythic Goon.
This guy.
This guy.
Not the pillow, the actual thing. He got the thing.
Right, yeah.
He got the digital collectible. So
the thing that thing's based off of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you might get lucky too if you win something in the Dark Scyther games by just watching the episodes, answering the questions correctly, and submitting them in on your Discord support ticket. That's all you got to do. And earn those 7 Scyther and do that each week. So each week, 7 Scythers available to you.
Mm-hmm. And you never know, like you might just need that 7 to get to where you need to go, and you've got it in the bag because you watched the video and answered the questions.
Yep.
Pretty easy.
You heard it from the legend himself.
Yep.
Welcome to the Ultimate Fancast, where fans are the star of the show. Each week, we explore the epic co-created Battle Bunnies franchise from legendary artists Frank and Christa LaNatra and the team at Junkbox Studios. Ultimate fans join BBS, Lord L, and Brian as they dive deep into the extraordinary world of the Battle Bunnies. Plus, we'll be your guides and take you backstage with the creators and actors who are captivating family audiences worldwide. Are you ready to meet this week's Ultimate Fan? It's time to fan up and enjoy the show.
Welcome back, everybody, for another installment of the Ultimate Fancast. New year brings new fans, right? Well, this isn't a new fan. She has been here from day dot. Massive contribution to the rabbit hole. 98%, I said I was going to say, but 98% of the community management all run by her. She's an amazing artist. She is our Queen Christakins. Welcome to the stage.
That's my favorite part.
Is it?
Do that.
Yeah, it's the woo-hooing. I like it when in post-production, when I add in the audience cheering and stuff like that.
I love that.
We haven't figured out.
I remember one of the first episodes.
Yeah.
One of the episodes you first said, you were like, I'm going to add some applause here. And then oh man, it was good.
It was there. Yeah,
so welcome, Christa. Finally got you on stage. Try to pry you away from your work. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I literally was working until I jumped in here as usual. I'm addicted to it.
The Queen.
Man, we're super excited to have you here, and I'm sure everyone listening is even more excited. As per usual, I'm talking over BBS. Of course, man. And then I've got so many questions I want to ask Christa that I've probably already asked him a million times, but I just love hearing it again and again and again. And, one thing that I always draw back to when I'm talking about the Battle Bunnies and I'm talking about anything to do with you and Frank, and I always revolt back to how this is a dream come true. This isn't just 2 years in the making. You didn't just come into the NFT space and just, trying to make a quick buck. This is years and years. This is a decade in the planning, and animation school and art, like doing your tattoo apprenticeship, and everything has all just come hand in hand, all working together to this one moment. And for you, like, how does it feel to actually sit back now and see this all unfold?
Yeah, there's not words for it, because it's literally like every skill that I've, honed or whatever you say over my life is coming into play here. On top of like everything I love, like Harry Potter and games and just all of it. So it's really cool to, like, there's not words, because Frank and I, 16 years we've been together. I think almost 17. Yeah. And, before I met Frank, like high school, I started getting serious about my art, and I knew I wanted to do art. But, when you get into that world, it's really hard to get a job, and it's really weird. So I was like, let me go do animation, because I know I can get hired by a company. So I thought I was doing that. I met Frank. We went down this tattoo industry rabbit hole for years, and threw everything we had into it, and our shop was super successful, and we were both super successful and all that stuff, but it just always felt like something was missing. When you tattoo, you're working with one person at a time. So you never have like a community. You never have, your community is your artists and your friends, but you don't ever get to do something like this. You're not able to really build, like Frank did everything he could do. He was on the covers of magazines, and he had all the sponsors. And, I love tattooing, but I always knew like, this isn't it. Like, I want my own theme park. I want, to be able to build a world. And Frank and I have always talked about it. And, to even think that it's a possibility, like the theme park thing, and like how this is all unfolded, it's, I'm all about spirituality, and I believe the universe and is perfect. I believe everything happens for a reason, the way it's supposed to, even if it doesn't make sense in the moment. And yeah, it's just all falling into place perfectly. So it's magical.
Well, literally hearing you speak this is like, to me, like 2 years ago when we first started this, like, I can see this happening now. The stuff that we've created in the last 2 years, in the last week, in the last month is astronomical. Like, and when you say your own theme park and your own, I can see it, man. I can see us actually doing that because of the stuff it's the community, like the community. It's us, it's me, it's you. We're all working together to build this, and like that co-creation thing, really sits well. Like when I think about it too, it's because like the fact that you guys are letting us in on this dream of yours for us to be able to do this, like it's amazing for us.
Well, we're not letting you do anything. I mean, you're all doing it on your own, like the way it feels to me. And this is what I've talked about in spaces before, is like Web 2 to me was like, I'm the business owner, and you come into my store and you buy my stuff, and there's no co-creation there. I might listen to what you like and go from there, but that's it. Web 3 to me is like, we're all on the same level playing field. We all just have different roles and different things we do, and we're all contributing to one thing. And that's why it's so powerful, and that's why it's moving so fast. And I'm not ready for, like, I don't know if I'm ready for it to like completely blow up and like, there would be like 10,000 people in the Discord. Like, I don't think I could handle that. So I love how we're doing it. Like it's slow, but it's so fast. And I just think it's like, I like the pace of it. I think if we were huge by now, I think it would have been too much too soon. And, it just feels right the way it's going. So.
Yeah, it's that 10-year overnight success thing, right? Yeah, it grows organically over time.
Yeah.
You don't have like this just one like explosive moment where you got, like you said, 10,000 people in the Discord. You'd obviously need like hundreds of mods and all kinds of like different infrastructure.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. I wouldn't be able to create what I'm creating for you guys, like the activities. And I mean, it would just all get so watered down, and it wouldn't be the same experience. And that's what I'm all about, is your experience with us. Like, I want it. And that's how we were with our tattoo shop. And, we grew that organically as well. We didn't, aside from like some Facebook, Instagram ads, like that was it. It was just word of mouth. It's just, we wanted your experience. When you walked into our shop, from the moment you walked in, we wanted you to have a good experience. Where most tattoo shops, you walk in, they don't even look at you. They literally don't look at you. They won't talk to you. They're rude to you, all that stuff. And we never understood that. Like, why would you be rude to the people wanting to come, get tattooed? It makes no sense to us. So we're just doing it the same way. So we literally are who we are, and we're not, anything else. Like I know there's people out there who like don't think we have some ulterior motive or whatever, but we really don't. We were caught off guard with the NFT space, but in a good way. Like, we didn't know this was going to be this, and it was going to be what we were looking for. It just ended up being that.
I think it's only the people that don't know you guys. Yeah, it's the only people that don't know you guys that actually would feel like that. And I guess the competition, because from day one, you guys have never made it feel like it's a competition. We are all equal. Your massive contribution to all our partner projects, or even other projects that's come in. We always give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and we always help. And you're a mod in like so many other Discords, as well as like the Battle Bunnies. So it's like, once people meet the Fluffle and they meet the family, they realize there ain't no ulterior motive. We're all finding, I guess, like the way when I say stuff like this is how my interpretation, but like we're all finding our inner child, and we're all finding not so much the inner child, because I don't want to put that label on it. We want to do what we want to do without getting judged, and this is definitely the space for it. Man, I want to be a Spartan bunny cruising through. Man, that's sick. Like, and for the record, my name is I come up with a good one, right? For my next one, Luconius. Huh? Luconius?
Oh, I like it.
That's gonna be my name. Everyone's got these cool names, so I'm gonna find a nice backstory for one of my bunnies. I'm gonna name him Luconius, and he is going to be my man. He's gonna be my boy. That's my name.
I love it.
Yeah, that is awesome. My mom visited. My birthday was this past week, so she came by this week, and she's like, "I want to see your Battle Bunnies." I was like, "Okay." So I brought her downstairs into the lab. I thought she was talking about she wanted to see the Battle Bunnies on the wall because she's seen it before, but she's like, "No, I want to pick one out." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, I want one in a collection." I was like, but I got to get you set up with a crypto wallet. She's like, I want to know one. I want to give it a backstory. She's like,
that's awesome.
She's watched this show. My mom has started watching our show, and that's the reach that we're getting is that my mom has watched this, and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so interested in what you guys are doing. She loves the book. I've talked about this before. She's a book lady, but she's
serious question though, Brian. Serious question, so we don't go too far. Did you actually give her one of yours? Because I know you're a completionist. Or did you buy her one?
We picked out a Valkyrie inside my collection, and I am handing it over to my mom.
What a good son you are.
Hang on. Is it bonded to a dragon?
It is bonded to a dragon, so she'll be getting a dragon. It's a light dragon.
Okay.
So I just have to get the wallet set up. What's that?
Don't break them up.
I do not break them up. I do have a couple Valkyrie, or I do have a couple light dragons that I don't own the Valkyrie for, but I actually have a placeholder, and I'm trying to get it from the owner eventually. Nice. So I keep track of that. But yeah, she wanted a Valkyrie, and she's gonna get the light dragon, and we're gonna get her wallet set up and stuff. But yeah, to answer Luke's question, yes, it's hard for me. If she would ask me for something like a Spartan or something like that, I'd be like,
right.
How well do we know?
Ease off on
Slow down, Mom.
I was like,
my mom is,
Spartan's a pretty big thing. So, but no,
my mom has no idea what we're doing. She wants to understand it, but she does. I send her the YouTube and I send her things, and she loves it. She buys everything, but she has no idea. And she wants to be in the story. She read like the first couple chapters, and she's like, I already know who I am. I'm Queen Christakins' mother, and my hair is magical, and all this stuff. I was like, okay. I was like, you need to get a wallet if you're gonna be in the story.
and that's the big thing is like my mom doesn't have any crypto. She's like, I'll give you money for it. And I was like, I'll get you set up with a wallet.
That's what my mom says.
Like, we'll get you all set up. I've got an extra cold wallet that I can set up, and I can just give it to her and
just put it
teach
on
her how
there,
to get
it.
I just don't want her to get it stolen. Like that's the one thing is I don't want my mom to get it stolen. Like after I give it to her, I don't want it to just like end up on the floor because somebody accidentally accepted some offer thing or something like that. So I'm going to make it really hard for her to sell it.
It's like that feeling that your mom had. I can assure you, like 98% of us, and I say that a lot, 98% of us in the community have had that feeling too, of like that excitement, like that, like, you dabble into it, and then all of a sudden you're Luconius fighting off the light dragons from the squirrels. It's all going off. Well, that's me anyway. That's what I'm thinking. I got pretty extreme. Like, how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
Like, as a founder, like, you know, were you expecting that? Like, did you expect that? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
No, that's what I was saying. Like, we didn't expect in any, you know, when we got in NFTs, we literally were told that we just put our art on the blockchain and that's it. So we were like,
Instant
okay.
millionaires, right?
I didn't know Twitter mattered.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what Discord was. You know, I knew nothing about NFTs. I just knew that they were digital art. So, you know, Frank and I, and when Frank was on here and he told the story of how it all started, I wasn't mentioned in that. So from my perspective, it was a whole different story. Me and him were working day and night on it. From the second he told me about it, we started and we haven't stopped. I mean, 18, 20-hour days. Sometimes I don't go to sleep for 2 days because I'm just obsessed, and I'm a chronic helper. So if I see anything, I want to help. And BBS already knows that I drove him crazy already. I can't help myself.
And I
like
love
I
it.
just, yeah, like I love everybody so much, and I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'm always like just wanting to help. And so this is all, you know, way more than we expected. And I've cried over it many times. Just I get emotional thinking about it. You know, it's just really, really wild. Yeah.
I'm not going to.
I think
look
we've
at
all
this,
shed
like-
a tear at one point.
Yeah, we've actually.
I was half tearing up before when I first started.
I can't even listen to the audio book. Like I cry every time just hearing the story.
Yeah, I like the
you know?
audiobook version. I like to listen
Yeah.
to it as I work too.
Yeah.
But
It's really good.
I'm excited for
Christakins
number
is-
2. I'm thinking
Yeah.
we're in 2024. That second book should be coming up in the next few months.
I know.
I was like, I figured that you guys have a pretty good understanding of what the Rising Sun's going to be about. So
Yes, I don't. I'm kept out of the loop on that. But I know Frank and John talked for like 4 hours the other day about the story. So Frank knows everything. I don't know anything. I can't help.
Yeah, we. I hope I've been told that it's
That
going
is
to
a
be around
first.
May.
Someone write that down.
What's that?
That I can't help.
Nice.
He's rugging. Who knows?
Well, we've got the Twitter
do the GIF.
do the GIF.
For me.
In. Yeah, this is post production. You're not rugging that bad. We just it's a little delayed. I think that's what's happening.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It's got to come all the
I
way.
forgot I
from
can't
Australia.
move very fast.
There it goes.
Yeah, there's
Broadcasting
there's the
straight
Twitter
from Australia.
Global.
Yeah.
So
All
PBS.
right, what else?
Yeah.
Again, that was just joking.
I got some questions ready to go.
All right.
I'd love to
You
talk
just
about
fire
the
away,
art.
man.
I'd love to talk about the art. So, like, bring us back to when you like were just starting to get into art. Like, hey, I want to draw this, and can you maybe touch on? I know I've heard some of like Harry Potter, but that was later. But do you have any influences that you saw like an artist and you're like, oh, I like that style? Because I feel like sometimes when like as humans we grow up and we pick different things from different people, and so I'm wondering like who your influences were for art. Because from what I've seen, and I'm sure, and I hope maybe we can put them in the notes down below, from your art is just amazing, and the progression of it is pretty awesome. So I was wondering if you could just talk a little bit about the art, like your passion behind that, and any influences you may have.
Yeah. So I grew up only child. I was alone a lot. My mom was a single mother. She worked all the time. And a lot of traumatic experiences in my childhood. So I would just hide in my room and draw. And, we didn't have a lot of money, so I would just draw whatever I saw. So whether it was the cover of my Disney books or my Disney movies, I would set up like I would draw the objects in my room. I would draw everything. So I drew cartoons, I drew realism, I drew whatever I saw, I would draw it. And that's just how it's always been. And it's always been my escape. from the hardships of life. And like I said, when I'm around 8th grade, they needed the yearbook cover, and I drew it and I won. And I remember that was like a huge deal. And then when I got to high school, I was able to take like advanced placement art classes, and that was really awesome. And I started getting serious about it. I look up to the classics, so like Michelangelo and Da Vinci, all of those, like, I'm drawing blanks on names, but like all the,
I get it.
Like not like the Impressionists and stuff like that, but like the real deal, like, the Sistine Chapel is like insane. Like if I could spend 40 years painting a ceiling, I probably would.
The detail, right? Like they just like they did it right, and then they were like, I'm gonna go back and just mess around with it. Like
the fact that he painted that upside down is it's crazy.
I'll bring to stage some of your painting. This is some of the stuff that I found in the folder that
so I can talk about some of this stuff. So this on the right. Oh, sorry, Brian.
I was just gonna say, like, what you were talking about is like the realism, like, like this Jimi Hendrix on the left that you got, like, just the realism, like that you can feel it, like it feels like a picture. But I'm guessing this is a painting or acrylic or something like that. Is that?
Yep. Yeah. So realism is my main style. I'm able to mimic almost any style, and that's why I can help Frank with what we do with the Battle Bunnies, because I can just look at something and be like, oh, that's how they light it or shade it or whatever, and then I can copy it. I'm basically like a professional copycat. So on the right here, this photo, painting, this was a tattoo convention. So we threw our own tattoo conventions in Miami for like 5-6 years with our old business partners. So we would put on these shows like Jesse puts on Richmond. We did that for years, and we did 2 a year. And so I would paint live there, and I would do these in about an hour, and they were about 4 by 4 feet. The Jimi Hendrix is 3 by 4 feet. So they're big.
Yeah. And I've got some other, like, these are some of your tattoos that I found in the folder. That eye, like, that's just creepy. Like,
she wanted her own eye on the back of her neck. I was like, okay.
She can see, she can see from behind, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, and then you got this pretty floral with the butterflies and the dragonflies and everything like that. It's just, it's insane how great this is. Like, this is. Thank you. And then, of course, I'm a Star Wars fan, so I saw some of these Grogu and Groot and stuff like that. And, it's just, and then you got
Disney obviously is a huge inspiration.
Yeah. So I got Ariel and then the Disney stuff, and just it was just so cool. We're gonna save this for later. This is your game.
That looks awesome.
So we're not gonna do that just yet, but I'm gonna take that off of the stage. But I just wanted to show some of the art. There's obviously a whole bunch more in the folder.
You want me to show this little guy?
Oh yeah, that's you did that in like 2 minutes, right? Or you walked.
It took like 2 hours of painting time. It's little. It's only like 4 by 4. Then I did this guy in about an hour. This little rock gnaw here.
Rock gnaw. Is that colored pencil or?
This is colored pencil. Yeah.
That's insane. Can you push that up to the camera again? Like the detail on it. It's just.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I took a few art classes in high school and college, and I'm terrible. So I can appreciate everything. Like,
everybody likes to tell me that. I can't draw a stick figure.
Oh, I can draw a stick figure. It's just, that's about the extent of it.
Oh wow!
I can't see it.
I can draw, but not like that. Wow.
So this is a druid that I started working on for crayons like months ago, but I haven't had time to.
She's awesome. Yeah.
I feel so bad. I have to do discos custom. Like, I have so much.
Well, crayons, if you're watching, it's in the making.
It is. I know.
Yeah. That's awesome.
We don't know how you find the time, but we definitely appreciate what you do in your time.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved watching when you painted that custom for Brando, and that gift that he did for his wife, those cats, that was just the watercolors. It's like your thing isn't just one medium either. It's like you're doing
I like
watercolors and color
I can do oil. Yeah. I can do, give me a stick. I'll make some art with it.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite do you have any favorite medium that you prefer
oil
to
paint.
go into? Oil?
If I could just I spent years oil painting. I have tons
and to think I didn't even.
So how was the adjustment from Florida to North Carolina going? Like that is weather-wise, I'm assuming that's a little bit different for you guys.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny you ask. I thought today, I'm like, I haven't lived through a winter in 20 years. I graduated high school in Alabama, and then I moved to North Florida, and then I moved to Hawaii. I lived on Maui for a year. I worked on a cruise ship out there and did some stuff. And then I went to the Art Institute in South Florida. So I literally have been in tropical climate since 2004. So, but I grew up in Alabama. So this is very home to me. Like as soon as we got here, I was like, oh, it's like I'm back home.
That's good.
It's fine.
Yeah. We're used to
I'm adjusting.
Yeah. I've never been in a warm climate, so I wouldn't know what it was like not to have snow and cold.
Yeah. It's really awesome at first. And then it's like, yeah.
Yeah, you want the seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did want to tell you guys a little bit about how we make the NFTs, like the artwork for that.
Yeah. Tell us the process.
If we go if we go back to the beginning, it's really funny because we had a dev team in the beginning and the guy was like, oh, I can, you guys do the art and then I'll handle the rest. So we said, okay. So Frank and I, we go all out, right? With everything. We go crazy. So we drew the 5 classes of bunnies. That's what we were working on at first. And we're doing all these different headwear and weapons and all this stuff. And then it comes time to put the collection together. And we literally broke 3 dev teams with the traits and everything like that. But it's really cool. So Frank sketches it out, and then he gives me a finalized sketch. Or he'll do he'll go ahead and do the line work. Either way, he gives it to me, and then I will make the shape and fill it in, and then I give it back to him, and he does all the magic. So yeah, the entire Series 1 collection, I think we had, how many traits did we have in that? Hundreds? It was insane.
It must be a lot because John will bring it up every once in a while. He'll say, yeah, blah, 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 traits, and so it's
yeah.
And then he acts like it doesn't bother him, but.
It was insane because the classes go by the headwear. So depending on what hat the bunny has, that's how you know what class it is. So we had all these different, the 5 different classes, and then we had all the different weapons. Well, we wanted only certain weapons with some classes and others and all this stuff. And then it was the sorcerer hat causes huge issue. I remember the project was shut down for 2 days over it. Nobody knew what to do because the sorcerer hat needed to be on top, and it was just this whole thing. So there's been so many I don't know, emergencies, behind the scenes, and nobody knows. They think it's all just,
Yeah, they probably just think, you just drop that on the frame and it automatically fits in the person's hand or something like that, or, and I'm sure there's more work. It's
literally like that with everything, Brian. We think oh, we'll just do,
you can't blame
slider
us.
games.
You can't blame us for thinking that though, Christa, because of the rate in which you guys work.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I know. And that, I don't know. We're just obsessed with it. That's all I can say is that we're obsessed with it. And people will be like, oh, the slider games, that's nothing. It's I spent 3 months putting that together, working on that economy and I'm talking about round 1, and then round 2 was a whole different thing. And so then I had to figure all that out. And it's some graphics take me hours and days, and you look at it for 2 seconds and go on with your day, but it's I spent 40 hours on that.
Yeah.
and like nobody knows because it doesn't look like it, which I guess is good. You want it to look effortless and all of that. But no, it's
what
a
did
lot.
you learn from the what did you learn from the first game, the first Scyther games, like the first that you had to you were like, oh, that's not working, and we're going to change that for the second one?
There was a lot. There was a lot that didn't work. Yeah.
Automation, I'm sure, is a big part of
Yeah.
that. I see a lot of that in there.
Oh my God, dude. We were so worn out after months of doing that. It was all manual. Every single thing was manual. And poor Dave and Tim and Breaky and they just worked so hard for months on that. So yeah, this one I was like, we're not doing anything manual if I can help it. And we're still doing some things, but it's very small. And I've been working with Block. I've been talking to him a lot. He's going to be helping me with some more automations. We got a lot of stuff coming and in the works. So I'm really excited. But round one was awesome. I was so surprised at how many people were into it and liked it. Every time I come up with something, I think like, would I like this? Would I do this? And if it's too hard or complicated, I'm like, no, we're not doing that. Trying to make it all
we
fun.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. It should be fun. We're all here to have fun. We're not here to, work too hard. We're already all working so hard.
I'm leaving a lot of Scyther on the table because I know that one of the easiest things that I could do is go out and post a picture on Twitter and, get some people to like it. And like, I just don't think about it. And I'm like, I'm missing out. Like, it's like 5 Scyther a day. Like, it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that adds up. I mean, what are we like?
TCG too. TCG, they get a lot of Scyther for playing and winning.
Yeah.
There's hidden Scyther all over the Discord, and only about 6 people have found it.
Wow. Is BBS one of them? Because he seems like the guy that would be kind of digging in.
Well, one.
BBS has found 1 or 2, yeah. Rather's on it. Anytime I post anything, Rather's on it. AJ's on it. They're the first 2 I see the tickets. They've already done, like today I did the puzzles and they were like, boom, all 3 done. Give it to me.
Well, I got 2 of the 3 done. I got to do the puzzle with Narf. That's the one that I haven't finished yet. And then I'll put in my support ticket. But I was like, that's super easy. I was like, I can take the quiz. I can do the I can do the other thing. What was the other one? It was the
memory card.
The memory cards. Yeah.
To match with the names to the.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So I got that one.
I want to make it a physical memory game as well. So we're gonna be. It's on my board of things. Yeah.
If you had.
You guys have no idea, like the amount of notebooks I have. Like, it's insane. And yeah, because I don't think a lot of people realize like what I do. Like I hear that I'm a graphic designer and I hear that I'm this. I don't even know what I am, but I know I do a lot. Like I know I run the Discord, I run the Twitter, I'm checking the email. I got like 20 different Excel sheets.
I don't think there's
an entire Google Drive. Yeah. I touch
don't think it's anything that you haven't touched in the bunnies.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of cool to be me, I will say, because like I know everything except for the story stuff that John and Frank are working on, which is fine. I'd rather be surprised. But it's fun from this angle, especially watching the Fancast. You guys crack me up so much. Like I hear you guys saying all random things. I'm like, where did they get that? Like I'm just cracking up. I love it. I love it. I love it because it's genuine. I mean, it's just how it is. We all take things in differently, which, is hard as someone that's trying to communicate to 3,500 people, whatever we have in the Discord and Twitter. Like, it's hard to because some people learn from a graphic. Some people want to read it. Some people want to move, so it's like, I have to figure out how to communicate. I mean, a lot of people don't even speak English hardly, so it's like, it's interesting.
It's their second language or third or seventh, it's hard.
It's been
but yeah, I listened to some of the stuff and I'm like, when I'm doing the editing, I'm like, well, that was wrong. I said that wrong. And it's like, we don't know anything, do we, guys?
The best one was when you did the higher lower bunny
Oh yeah,
and you're
that
like,
game was
I don't go by the
confusing.
levels.
Yeah, the levels is like everything matters on our thing, and I went by
Yeah, I was like, oh no.
yeah. I was like, oh, that's
It's
not
not
gonna
your
work.
fault though. I mean, if it's stupid open sea, like throwing rarity on everything. So
Yeah, they make it difficult. If I could just sort the whole 3,750
by
by
level.
levels, that would be easy.
I know. Why do they
but-
let us put the levels if they don't? Then you can't sort it.
Yeah, they don't let us filter for it any place. I can't find it any place to do that. So, like when I was doing this game that we're gonna play with you later, like I was like, oh, this has to be rare because, like, it's a one of one. It's a legendary light dragon. Like it's one of the fire brands, so I know it's got to be like epic for the
Yeah.
And then I look at it, and it's like a 64 out of 300. And then I look at this other one that's like 1 of 5 out of 1 of 15, and it's 160. And I'm like, there's got to be something else that I'm missing that I don't understand why, like some of the things, and it has to do with the class. Like in that one example, it was a Viking class versus a pirate class or something like that. And like each of the classes
classes don't have stats.
They don't win. They don't. Okay.
They don't. The classes, the expressions don't count.
Is it baby
everything else
versus maybe mature? Like
mature is going to be
elder,
a little higher. Yep, it's going to be more rare. The biggest bonuses, I'll tell you, this will help you. Mythics are 200. So right off the bat, all the mythics are at the top. Legendaries get between 100 and 50 because it depends on the rank of the legendary. So like you can have a legendary, but it's Bloodstone. And so it's going to be a lower
more common
rank.
Yeah,
like I know in the series one, like I know in the series one bunnies, like the gold and the hell were legendary. So they're the top. They get 100, but then it goes down. Like if you have a Freya, I think it's like a 50 or 75. So there's always ranks within ranks. Like everything is built for a game, as a game. So.
Yeah, maybe down the road you can use those levels for things in a game, or
That's all it is.
That's probably what you're yeah. So like, it's fun. Like I just, I put a value just as soon as it says legendary, I'm like, oh, it's got to be good. I don't care what rank it is, that kind of thing. And
of course,
mythics
because
are awesome.
Yeah. And I like how we're doing things now with Series 2, and we did it with the Light Dragons where we're making these more and more rare. Like when we came in, NFTs were booming and everybody was doing 5,000 and 10,000 collections. So we tried to do that with a Series 1, but it was just the wrong time. Like it had just started to slow down. So I like that, where it's all going, and like they're all more rare. They're all more, you get a lot more one of ones. We didn't personally like having, not a lot of traits in the Euligans and not a lot of traits in the Ghost Bunnies. Like we don't love that as artists. We don't want that for you guys. We want everyone to be special and awesome. So.
Well, they all are special, but like some of them you can,
especially the Euligans. I can't get enough of those little guys and girls.
Yeah. I hope there's like a second collection down the road. I told my mom about the pop-up book that you'd mentioned for 2024 potentially. She just loves that. She's like, oh my gosh, she wants the current Euligan. That's why I was asking about the if there's any left, because I need to buy 2 of them. I need to buy one for me and one for my mom.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was addicted to pop-up books. I had one, and it was so worn out, it wouldn't work anymore. So I was like, as soon as I heard that. But here's the...
Yeah, that looks awesome.
I have like weird lighting, but...
And that comes with a coloring book too? Like, is it
so it's in the book. So we made the paper. The paper's like regular paper. That way you can color in it.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, yeah.
So
you have the full art next to it.
Now I need multiple books so that one can be like the ones that the nieces and nephews can color in.
It has like word search and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, John tells me we need the Euligan book done by the time you leave for Richmond. I think he gave me a week.
Wow.
I worked on it day and night for a week, and I was nowhere close. I was like, John, killing me, man.
Yeah, those are
But
some
yeah.
tight deadlines. What happened
out
to
really
Gordell? He's not sitting in. It's not that he. Oh, here he comes. As soon as I
His
said
phone,
that, he's ready to.
his
There we go. He's
phone
back.
caught fire.
Gone and he's back. I added him to the stage and he just left us. Oh man. I'm excited for like all the things in the future, the TCG, just seeing that grow. And like you guys had a ton of people come in through that Animate Raleigh, right? Like that was
We did, but we're about to really blow it up at this gaming one in March. It's
nice.
all gamers. I mean, you want games, we got them. So
Nice.
we should do really well there. And we're doing a double booth, so 10 by 20.
Nice.
Giant. We made these huge banners, just black with the logos and the characters. Looks awesome. Super clean. We're cleaning everything up. We're making custom tablecloths for the TCG tables to play on. All black. It just looks so nice.
That'll be awesome. Yeah. I sent John like a list of some like just TCG cons. I think there was one coming up in February that you guys just didn't have enough time to get that one. But there's one like that has like 8,000 people that attended in Houston. And I think there's one in like San Diego or something like that.
I heard this one is 50,000.
This one's 50, this gamer one? Wow, that's like Gen Con. Gen Con in August will like, I hope you guys can make it to
I
Gen
hope
Con
so.
in August.
I hope we get there too.
That's like, that's going to be huge. It's like the 50-year anniversary of D&D.
Perfect.
Like it's going to be huge. Like, and it already is a huge conference. And there's just so much, like, I think tickets go on sale for that in February 11th. So
I'll ask Frank again about it, because I know they're trying to get a booth.
Yeah. Cause there's so many things that, and so many people, like, it's just, my brother-in-law goes every single year. He camps out for tickets and stuff like that. Like, it's insane. They will sell out immediately. The tickets will go like that. You get tickets, I think, as a sponsor though, or as somebody with a booth. So you'll be able to get into that that way, but
they'll let us in.
Yeah. They'll let you in if you have a booth and you spend money with them. They are a little pricey, like some of these other smaller conferences and stuff like that. I think that's why you can get like a table for $500 to $1,000 is because they're not like Gen Con where they expect $4 or $5 grand or whatever to set up.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna pull, it's because of the traffic. Like, you're gonna pull in more money, so they want their money.
They want their cut.
Yeah, it's worth it for the awareness. I mean, because you could spend $5K and not get that much awareness from people that are just they're there to play. And so that's exciting. And so with your experience of running these shows, like these types of shows, like not this type of show, but like running shows, it's just got to give you that confidence of like, we know basically what people want. They want the free stuff. They want to see some fun stuff. That's why the different layers of cards and
that's why, like, for this convention, after doing Richmond, I had some ideas, and I was like, we need to make this an experience. Like, even though it's just a booth in the middle of a convention center, it needs to be an experience. So we set up the class quiz. We had 95 people over the weekend take it. Awesome. We had, the TCG. It was awesome, and we made it an experience. Like, you start here, and then you go here, and then you have to do that with Battle Bunnies. It's too much. I mean, just looking at the booth, you're overwhelmed. So there needs to be steps. I say it all the time, and like one hop at a time. And that's why I tell people when they come into Discord, like, feel free to explore. Don't feel like you need to know it all right now. Just take your time, because it just keeps going. It never ends. Like, we could be here until tomorrow talking about just the Discord,
Oh yeah. It's
which I want to say fell on my lap.
Now you're the pro
at it. I did not want that job. And there was no one else to do it. So, now I love it, but
now you're the queen queen of Discord. You're helping out PBS with our Discord, and
so you were like, hey, everybody can share. There's no like, I think it was like, hey, it's not set up right. Like it feels like they get in there and they're just like, what do I do now? So now I even have it set up where it gives you questions in the beginning and it says, do you want to help us grow? Are you looking for a mod job or whatever?
Yeah.
And if they click that, they get service provider as their role, and then their role is red. So then I immediately know when they talk to me, I know that they're trying to sell me something.
Yep.
And so
I
they're
saw
like,
you
hey,
did that.
I want to DM you. And I said, I can't talk to a service provider.
Nope, you're red.
Agreements. And they're like, how do I get out of this red? Great.
That's awesome.
That's what's so good. And we don't have that many people in there, but it's the everybody that's in there is people that we want to talk to. So
yeah, you just have to be careful, and that's why when I saw that you didn't have the verify, like I'm always thinking about safety with everybody. Like I feel like everybody is my family. We're all a family, so I don't want anybody to get stolen from. I don't want anybody to so I'm always thinking that way. And especially because when we came in, it was like a weird time with NFTs where it was just scam left and right. Now I feel like it's kind of settled down. We all know what we're looking for, But yeah, I'm just always thinking that way. So I was like, oh no, BBS, like you gotta lock the door, man. The door's wide open.
The door's wide open. Yeah, and then I have another Discord, which is like a creative Discord that I did a similar
I love
thing
that
with
Discord.
So yeah, so I'm gonna keep that. And I'm looking to, when I have more time, put more time into it because I think that it can help everybody. It's really built for people that want to, go in there and kind of be creative and have fun and help out the projects that they, love near and dear to them. So it doesn't have to be any particular project or anything really. It's just, a good community spot.
Yeah.
And nothing paid for. So everything's free. And that's what I'm big on. Like it has to be like a free service or something that you can get a trial for and like at least try it for a little bit. But enough about that.
I don't think Lord L's ever
you're a
coming
sweetheart.
back.
You're so sweet with sharing everything with everybody. He might not. His phone is probably on fire by now.
Yeah. Way to go, Lord L. Poor guy. Has to work. We this is Monday for him, so he's just starting out his week. So I feel bad for him.
He does a lot. He's got the kids. He does Twitter Spaces. Like he works a lot.
He's doing that the job. He's got like 2 jobs. Then he has like a landscaping, and then
he
for managing.
He's always doing something different when I talk to him.
Yeah. Hey,
last time he was looking at a pool. He was like, "Hey, there's a pool over there," and I'm like, "I don't know what that means."
He's like, "We're managing this flat, like this." They manage all the units in that. It's like an Airbnb thing that they manage, but it looks like paradise. Right? Yeah, his wife does it.
Okay, because then he does like caretaking, and then he's a chef, and then jack of all trades,
man of many talents, man of many talents. And it's just so when he's not here, it's like, oh man, like we miss his energy.
He's a good filler. He's great with people too. Like his energy is just, and Brian and I are just like, like we're good with questions, but we need the 3 of us. The 3 of us are the band.
Lord L was insane.
We touched upon Discord a little bit, but I feel like so you do a lot behind the scenes, like with Discord, and so what's your motivation for sticking with that? Because it's just like a lot of people will work on Discord and be like, but you're not only just walking the walk, you're really just like you're looking for new ways to expand on the Discord. You're changing up the channels. You're adding in a game when they come in, like new community members at first. Like I think it's now moved to a different thing where they can still do that, but it's a quest. So like where do you find all of these things? Where do you find this time? And I'm just so amazed with all the work that you do behind the scenes. And it's just like Discord's like one of those things, right? But if you could just talk a little bit about Discord, and I know it's not easy for everybody.
So So, you know, let's rewind. So I got the Discord handed to me because before that we had another team member who ended up leaving the team running it. So all of a sudden, hey, it's mine.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything. So it took me months to figure out Me6 and all these bots. And I don't know anything about bots. Okay. I'm not technical. Okay. I draw on paper. So I've had to figure all this out, but I love learning new things and I love knowing how things work. So that's what's got me through is my curiosity. You know, and then like I was talking with Aaron one night in voice chat and I'm like, I really wish there was a way for people to come into Discord and not see everything all at once. Cause people were coming in and just like, whoa. And so, you know, he's like, why don't you make it a game? And I'm like, duh. So then I made the quest. But then, you know, it was all over the channels and it was awful. And so months later, I upgraded it to one channel and a bot. And then it's like, well, you know, and then people would come in, not even see it or want to do it and then just leave. So I'm like, oh. And then, you know, people would get to level 2 and just quit. So I'm like, how do I? So now it's open. But yeah, it's always problem solving. So it's like, I'm always looking for things to fix and tweak because, you know, like I said, it's all about your experience. So I don't want it to feel like overwhelming in there. You know, I want it to be like, oh, this is, you know, collecting. So that's where all your collector stuff is. And, oh, this is games. So I'm just always trying to like organize it better for you guys, word things better. Like, oh my God, I spend so much time on thesaurus.com because I'm always like, what's a better word for that? And I'm like, you know, which I also love words and English. So that was also something that I like focused on in high school, which is kind of, I'm saying like every skill I have is tested to the max with Battle Bunnies.
It's all coming together.
You know,
bringing all the pieces of the puzzle together for this.
Yeah. And I'll just say this real quick. I am working now with the Discord where I want it to be a game. So I'm going to eventually, not anytime soon, because I've already changed it so much. But I would love it to where, you know, you come in as a member, you don't see that much, you know, you end up taking the class quiz, you find out a little bit about us, you know, you're in the fluffle, right? You're doing your thing. And then you hit level 5, boom, it opens this whole level 5 section. You have giveaways and prize rumble and all this fun stuff. And then you hit level 10, boom, you open this. That's eventually how I want it to be, just so it's a little more like a game.
Because I've looked before, like I saw the rankings because I care about like where I rank and stuff inside of things.
Of course. Yeah.
And I see a lot of people get stuck under like that level 5 to level 10. Like, and you can tell the people that get above level 10, those are the people that are hopping and they're chatting and they're, you know, they're doing all the things. But it's like, we got a whole bunch of people that get like, they come in, even my son did this where he came in, he hopped a little bit, he got to about like level 8, level 9, and then he just like kind of faded away. And it's like, what's going to be that thing to push, you know, that person into like, you know, and it can't just be like somebody being conversational, because that's an easy way to do it if you're an extrovert and you love coming in and chatting with people.
Yeah, most people aren't, you know, like I wouldn't jump into a Discord and just start chatting with people. So I get it. Yeah. And I think that's why I really want to like bring it down to like a step-by-step thing. You know, you do this and then you do this and then, oh, you found this and oh, you can do this now. That way it's, you know, always something rather than here's everything. Now you pick. And they're like, well, I don't, you know, it's like that. When you have too many choices, you just don't pick anything. Yeah. Is what's happening.
Yeah. When you were talking about the booth thing, I was thinking like the book, like you could have like a listening station for people that come up to experience like the book, the audio book, where you just get a couple of headphones and just have people put on, you know, and get like, you know, some backstory. I
love it.
You know, from the book or something like that. And then that could be one way that somebody could level up, is that they could, you know, get, you know, if they listen to so much of the audiobook, because maybe people don't read, like you got Disco, mentioned on his thing. He's like, I'm not much of a reader. Like, so
Yeah.
he's not going to go out and immediately read the book or read, in the Discord all the pages.
He
but-
did say he read the book though, so that's impressive.
Yeah, he did. He did say he read the book, but it's one of the few books that he reads. And like for me, I'm a slow reader. So the fact that you have an audiobook made it a lot easier for me to consume it the second time, because I could just listen to it while I was on the bike or listen to it while I was walking or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or driving in the car.
I got this.
So.
Oh, I can't see with the light shining in it. But so I have these, right?
Yeah.
I had the hardcover, but I have these, right? They're just kind of like tucked away so that when someone's like, hey, can I have the hardcover? I was like, oh, no, but you can have this. Right? So I have a couple of these just waiting. Because I know someone's going to be like, oh, that's cool. It's got signatures in it. Yeah, this one doesn't have signatures yet. But if you take this and go to a convention, they will sign it for you, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, make it a collector's item.
I have some cider game stuff coming up where you'll be rewarded if you bought the book, if you bought the Audible. That is coming.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's why I like the show that we're doing, is because I can learn things listening while driving. They call it Automobile University. So I thought more people might be able to learn about our community, and they could learn about, the Battle Bunnies while driving along down the road, instead of listening to music or something like that. They could listen to.
I love that. I do that as well.
Talking. So yeah.
I throw on YouTube when I'm in the car. I'm not a big reader. Frank's the reader, so like that's why I can relate. Like Frank, it's either Frank or me that can relate to pretty much everybody. Whatever subject it is. Like one of us is like that.
Yeah, you complement each other really well.
Yeah. The point I was gonna say is that the biggest or the hardest thing, I guess, for me with the project is knowing what my priority should be for the day, because like I have so much. Like we need stuff for the TCG. We need new merch made. I do all the merch. We need like Discord stuff, cider game stuff. We need that. I build the bot. I have to, it's like, so I'm always like, and you'll probably see this, and this is probably your experience where you see me like, hey, I'm over here. Hey, here's an update.
But you've got to like start and work on things like in parallel. Like you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to just work on this. Like it's got
everything's connected.
Build everything up. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like people will be like, oh, why don't you just do this? And then I start thinking like, well, that's tied to this and this is tied to that. And so like, yeah. Like when we made the new logo, I was like, oh my God. Every single graphic we have everywhere has the old logo on it.
Yeah. I've done that project for a business clients before, and it's a lot harder than people think to just make a couple of changes to a logo.
No.
It's like all your case studies, all your white papers, all your blogs, all your, any place that you've ever put the logo now has.
And not only have we changed our logo, we changed our Twitter handle, which I'm still finding things to this day that have the old Twitter handle on them. And I'm like, oh my God, like that link is broken now. And
you're doing it all. You're doing all the marketing stuff. So you have to
Twitter,
know
Discord,
where all the moving pieces are, and Discord.
Backgrounds too. I heard you
graphics.
worked on backgrounds too. Like, so what's your favorite background that you've worked on?
I think the only background I did work on was I helped Frank with the Queen Hair's Revenge.
Well, that's probably the most important background, so that's good.
As the pirate.
Background. You're talking now. I know what you're talking about because my head went right to the painted backgrounds. Yes, I make all of the other backgrounds. So like all the ones for the dark dragons that aren't painted, all the ones for the light dragons. I make all of those. I name them all. I name all the eggs, which is a lot of fun for me. Like
that's your thesaurus. Yeah, you get to go. That's what
I'm saying. Like. You have no idea. Like when we were doing the light dragons and we did the eggs, like I was like, oh, like with the forest was like spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And then, you know, because it's a forest and it's leaves. So then, and then the other one was like all rocks, and I couldn't find a color of rock for this one color, and it was driving me crazy. And I spent like 8 hours on Google, like rocks, and like, yeah. So
Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff that we don't know, like all the effort that it goes into it until you like
Yeah.
look at the macro, like you see like the whole.
Yeah.
The whole
BBS
picture.
has seen the mirror born, so he has a good idea of what was in my
goodness.
head before the
Yeah.
mirror born came about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome that you have that too. It just really shows the direction of where you want to go, and it's a lot. It's a lot of
Yeah,
stuff
and
on
then like updating, like everything constantly has to be updated. It's like maintenance, you know. So like I spend probably an hour a day just maintenance. You know, just maintaining Discord, deleting old messages, putting in new embeds. Like it's just natural now. It's just what I do. Like
Yeah.
I never
we definitely-
thought I would be working on a computer all day, every day. I'll tell you that.
Well, do you want to play a game,
Yeah,
Christa?
it's huge. Yeah.
Let's play
Watching
the
the
game.
cat.
Yeah, let's watch that
I know,
cat.
too bad
I'm watching
Battle
the
Bunnies
cat
don't
watch
exist.
the camera.
There you
That is so crazy.
you just wait for it to do. Does it move at all? The camera?
Does the camera
Doesn't
do
move.
anything?
Not the
go.
cat.
No, the camera doesn't move. No, but he just is mesmerized by it.
Oh. Maybe he
It's
just
so
wants to
funny.
be always wanted to be on TV.
Yeah, he's a ham.
All right.
It's
Well,
game time.
It is game
Game time,
time.
let's
And
go.
since Lord L's not coming back, we might as well jump into the game.
Okay.
But the name of this game is a quick hop around Kaningard. And am I pronouncing that correct? Is it Kaningard?
Kaningard. Ken.
Kaningard.
Like
Ken.
Barbie and Ken.
Thank God.
Mhm.
Okay, so Kaningard. Okay, so there's the clarification that we've needed. A quick hop around Kaningard. Are you
I
Knuff?
love this background.
Oh, I made it with generative AI.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's a cool background.
Yeah. So so the object of this game is we're going to oops. I should have moved, but it didn't. Okay. So we're gonna, show a dragon, a bunny, and we're gonna ask you like where's it from?
Mhm.
And if you know the breed for like the light dragon or the class of the bunny, that's a bonus. Like we'll say if you know where it's from, that's 1 point, and then if you get the class or the breed, then that's worth 2 points for a total of 3 points. Does that sound
Okay.
does that sound good? Oh, I misspelled Myrrh too. It's double R's.
You did.
Dang it.
And there's an umlaut over the O in Crags of Croy.
Yeah, I saw that too. Oh man, definitely have to. I'll fix that in post production. This didn't happen. You'll never see this slide. But yes. All right. So the first one up. This one you should definitely get. Super easy.
Oh, it's Christakins. It's me.
Christakins.
Snowflake Valley.
Snowflake Valley. So 3 points. Ding, ding, ding. Got them
Yep.
all correct.
Valkyrie.
And this is the new
Yes.
one, right? This is the
Yes.
updated version for the novel. So
She's so pretty.
Mhm.
yes, she is. All right, next one.
Okay, Main Ridgeback.
Correct.
It is from Imaginative Falls, so this is a legendary.
It is a legendary from
Yep,
Imaginative
the
Falls.
Viking class.
Yes, it is. And you'll know all these because you know all the background.
Well, this is a legendary.
Yeah, this is a legendary. Yeah,
It's the gold, yeah.
yeah, because you got the gold egg. I forget what the class is, but you'll know this better than all of us. All right, next one.
Okay, so this is the Rock Gnaw, but that's a Silent Falls background. Oh, I think he got me on this one. The Rock Gnaw is Imaginative Falls also, I'm gonna say.
It is. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
Correct.
I almost missed it.
Yeah, No, you're gonna get all these. I have a good
Really
feeling.
long beak.
Yes, yes. The frilly long beak and origin.
Snowflake Valley.
Snowflake Valley. Ding, ding, ding.
Yep.
Correct.
What you might not know, though, is that Frank and I have been. We call each other our penguin, like we're penguins because penguins mate for life or whatever.
Nice.
So and that's been since we got together. So when Frank proposed to me on stage at graduation, I don't know if y'all knew that, but when we graduated at the Art Institute, we're on stage. That's when he decided to propose to me in front of everybody.
Wow.
Scared me to death. So, but when he was getting ready for it, because he had to get the ring and all this stuff, he drew a penguin holding up like a giant diamond ring, and was going to send out invitations, but he didn't want me to find out, so he ended up not using it.
Oh,
but
wow.
and then I have tattoos of 2 penguins on my ankle, and the girl's blowing kisses to the boy, and that's me and Frank. So just a little extra penguin.
The penguin story. That's awesome. No, that's perfect. Love that. Love it.
So that's probably where this came from. Inspiration. We love penguins.
Very cute. Yeah. This one's very cute. All right. Speaking of your man.
I know. Well, good luck telling me. You tell me where he's from, because every time I say, he's like, North's not from there. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he says the same thing.
Yeah, I always say Forest of Delirium, and then he says no. And then I'm like, well, then the Mystic Myrrh. And then he's like, well, okay. But then he's also a Viking, so who knows?
Yeah. That's one I had a question of. But if you go into Discord, you have him listed on the Mystic Myrrh. So yeah, you got that correct. Yeah. But
then it was the forest, and then so he's all over.
I know about his backstory with the forest. Like that's where he met Mad. So so yeah, who knows?
Yeah, and the viewers may want to just peek around this art and just see what's on it. So that's all I'll say. Just remember
talking about this and this. Yeah. There's lots of clues in what he's got in his belt. All right. Next one up. Speaking
it's the Firetail.
Yeah.
I love the Firetail.
Origin is.
Oh man. Where's the Firetail from?
Look at the background.
Oh well, you gotta give it to me. I was going there. I was like, I think it's Forest. I think this is a legendary. So yeah. Forest of Delirium.
I tried to make this as easy as possible for everybody.
This one's hard because this is one of those breeds that's like in between for me. Like some of them really stand out that like I know where they're from. This one was I was bouncing between a couple.
Yeah. Yeah, I just so you know, I made all I did was pull light dragons that are legendaries because I know that their background.
Now you just told me all the answers, Brian.
Well, I'm not trying to trip you up. You
gotta make it hard.
You gotta make them hard. Okay, well, we'll make them hard for Clopping when he comes back on.
Oh no, no.
Oh. No, I'll give Bill plenty of forewarning. I think he was the very first person that played any game for us. So he wasn't expecting it, and
no, you threw him off.
I had no idea what I was doing coming up with the game. So
he gave me, I don't know. So after his show aired, we talked about there was 8 spiders that I was missing from the DPS Summer Bash, and so I could have all of them. And he said, what's your wallet? And I'm like, I don't know where this is going, but I like it already. So I sent him my wallet immediately. And then he gave me the other 8, which I thought was just amazing. Like that, he's someone that when he collects something and it's attached to a physical item, he's just never going to let go of it. And so I said to him, what was your, I'm excited and you're not getting them back, but just let me know, what made you, he goes, the story of you getting them and completing that is far greater than me keeping him, in my wallet. They're just going to stay in the wallet, whatever. So huge shout out to Clopping for doing that. It really just it took me back a little bit And it's now like he already gave me a few for that collection. And so when I look at that collection of 80, I really look at like all of the people that helped with that. And, Christy, you're one of them. So thank you. And it's just really awesome. So now that you've mentioned clopping, I did want to just throw that in there, not to take away from the game.
No, yeah, Clopping is so sweet.
Yeah, I love him.
He would do anything for anybody here, I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's what I've seen like over and over and over is that people put like the Fluffle fam and like each other over themselves. That's really awesome. You don't get that, anywhere.
Mm.
Not usually. Nope. That's what makes it a family. All right.
Pintail, Crags of Croy.
See, now you know the formula.
That's the Jade Egg. Smaragdin color palette.
Do you know who owns this one?
No.
Ooh.
Okay.
No.
I won't share then.
I'm not that good.
Some of them actually I'll show you the master deck because like on a couple of them, like people have taken to naming their light dragon, their legendaries and that kind of stuff. And I'll show you like
I recently just started. I finally started naming my dragons.
Yeah, I need to do more of it. I have a couple of them named. I just don't have the backstories written on them. All right, where does this guy hail from?
Imaginic Falls.
Correct. And he is
Thunder God.
Thunder God. Yes. Yep. You haven't missed anything yet.
Oh, the horned graphics. That's beautiful. Crags of Croy.
I believe this one's
egg.
Cloppings. I think this is actually Cloppings.
Nice. The legendaries will be getting the legendary matures will be getting gold foil. Yes. So this will be gold foil.
Who gets the silver foil? Is that the
legendary babies get silver? There was a bunch won in the Dragon Birthdays, and then if you have the POAP, the Happy New Year from last year POAP, you can get a silver foil.
Yeah, I wasn't around, so no POAP for me. Not next year. Next year when there's another contest.
That's it. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Horn long ear. Snowflake Valley.
Yep, correct,
So
correct.
cute. And the long snout, Mystic Myrrh.
Correct. See, this wasn't hard.
Like an egg.
Yeah.
That's the juniper egg. Ground stomper.
Yep.
It's fun. The spearheaded half shell.
Correct.
So cute.
Mm-hmm.
But that's that's Imaginic Falls.
Yeah. Yep, correct.
Oh, and this one does Marco own this one?
No, your vault does. I love
The
this
vault.
one.
It's so good, I know. Yeah, the Hawkhead, the Cider Falls. That's my mouse pad is the Cider Falls one. I'm just obsessed with it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're obsessed with it too. We use it as the background for the show.
It's great.
We probably need to switch it up when we go into season 2. We'll choose a different background. All right, how about this?
All right,
this
the Shield Maiden. This one was funny. This was a collab with me and Frank. So I painted a lot of this one.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And then I needed Frank's help. I was like, I can't do it like you do. But yeah, Snowflake Valley. She is the Valkyrie mythic.
She is the Valkyrie.
I remember laughing so hard about her hair when we were drawing her. I was like, she needs this long, like real hair, and it'll be so funny on a bunny. Yeah,
she's the only one with that hair, right? Like there's
she's
no
the
other
only
bunny
one.
that has it.
No, we looked at Lagatha from the show Vikings because Frank and I were like obsessed with that show, and Lagatha was my jam. So I was like, she's gonna be like Lagatha and super awesome. And I had a lot of fun doing the war paint around her eyes. And then I remember when we were done, and it was too late. We were like, we probably shouldn't have put blood on the sword because family friendly, and like the Spartans have blood. And I'm like, well, it's out there now. We can't do anything about it. It gets real out there, y'all.
I think kids understand that if somebody's holding a sword, they're not doing it for show.
Right.
It's, all right.
Oh, the
How about this beauty?
tail.
Yeah.
It's funny. Recently, we were on OpenSea and we realized it said plugged longtail, so we had to fix that. But yeah, Forest of Delirium. That is the autumn egg.
And is this a male or a female for the people that don't see the details?
Female. Yeah, it's a girl. So look at the eyes. The eyelashes will always tell you.
Yeah.
Female or male. And then
like outside this, like you can tell this one's a male because it doesn't have the eyelashes. That's a male.
Yeah.
She's a female.
Yeah.
You know, because you can see well, I can't see it, but that's one of the things that you got to pick up on is the little touches in each of these, and you can tell whether or not they're a boy or a girl. And then some of these collections, like they're just one boy, like there's only one boy or there's one girl, and then there might be like three of the opposite sex. That
reminds me, the episode I think with Cryptimus I was watching, I think you did a game with him, or maybe not, but you were talking about how Valkyries have wings, but it's all females have wings, so they could be a shaman, a sorcerer, or a pirate also.
I didn't know that. That'll be added to the ultimate. It's
always the headwear. That's the class. That's how you know the class.
So the headwear is always what tells us.
Yeah, it's like all the sorcerers have sorcerer hats, all the pirates have pirate hats. The shamans, it gets a little mixed up. I know they have because they have options. They have like the fox pelt or the top hat. Valkyries and Vikings have a ton of different ones because they're the main bunny, so they have a lot more options. And then shaman, sorcerer, pirate, Viking, Valkyrie, and then you know Spartans right away. So
yeah, those are those are the easiest ones I can tell is the Spartans.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're getting close to the end. This is
the Bunny of Doom.
Bunny of Doom.
And the Mystic Myr. Yeah, the Shaman Mythic. The Mythics are like some of my favorites. I use them all the time for stuff. I love them.
Will there be more Mythics like this in the Series 2 at all that we might see in the
future?
There
will be Mythic Samurai Squirrels, yeah.
Ooh. And will they have like these homages to like
I think
like in
so.
This case, this is homage to Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, right? Like,
yeah.
And the Goon was, the Goonies and stuff like that.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no, Frank and I love that stuff. We love movies, we love animations, pop culture, all that stuff. So we will definitely keep, I like it to not be over the top or like, I don't know how to say it, but we like do it our own way. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that. Yeah. I love that about the collections that have these little homages sprinkling into the shows that I grew up watching when I was a kid. Because I love that. I love seeing that stuff in the art. All right, I think this might be the last one.
The Timberfang. I do not have one.
Oh,
I will one day. I don't think I do. No, I think that's the only. Well, and the Mythic. I think that's the only light dragon I don't have. Because it took me a while, but I got all the babies. It took me a while to get them.
I was missing the striped longtooth, and I finally got one.
Yeah, I have one of those. Yeah.
And did you say
I know BBS and I were collecting light dragons for a while. We were watching the listings and stuff.
Oh my goodness, some of them were just like dropped there. I can't leave that there.
I know the same. I was like, oh, that's mine.
Man, I wish I would have been around when you guys were minting these, though. I would have been like clapping. I would have bought way too many. But it worked out the way it was supposed to be. I have just enough. I have just enough light dragons. I've got one of each egg. I've got one of each.
Amazing collection.
Yeah,
it's Yeah, I thank you. I look at it all the
Coming
time.
in late, like you went to work.
I had a
You were on
spreadsheet. Yeah, I
it.
had a spreadsheet. I was like, I need this, this, and this. Like, there's still some holes in there and stuff. I've got to fix some things. I've got to get a.
It's all
I
right.
thought
It
I had
gives you
all the
something to look
Euligans.
forward to.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had all the Euligans, and then I was like, oh no, I've got an error. I got the
Oh, the
Euligans
legendary
to the
error?
wrong-
Yeah.
yeah. I was like,
There's a
oh,
lot of
man.
those. So we're gonna figure out something to do with them because there's a lot of them, and that's kind of like the issue I mentioned earlier, where like if you don't have enough traits and you have too many NFTs, then you're gonna get a lot of doubles, a lot of duplicates. And the way it worked with the Euligans was we always create the legendaries and the mythics ourselves. So we put the layers together, we create the artwork ourselves because we want to make sure it comes out a certain way. So we like hand pick backgrounds and things like that. And with the Euligans, we did that with the Gorilla and the Grinch and all the legendaries, but then we just let the computer make the rest. But because there wasn't a lot of options, we didn't even realize so many legendaries out there without the trait. So it's an errand card, but we always make that fun, and it is rare to have one like that. So
That's always fun. Yeah.
I think I
had
have
the
one
last
that it
Prodigy
has
that
everything
hasn't
matching,
been-
but it's sorry, Brian.
yeah, just a regular
Oh no, I was,
regular
I was-
Euligan.
I was just bragging about my
Mhm.
Prodigy. I was like, oh, I love my little Prodigy.
Yeah, and then I will say PSA to everybody out there. Always go by the traits. The artwork might be messed up on the back end because it's all a link. But always the traits are always correct. And that's what Mike tells me all the time. So if you see anything on OpenSea that's not matching up, let us know. We'll fix it. But yeah, always look at your traits and the traits of what you're buying. Because the artwork could have a weird missing link or whatever, be a different artwork than what it is. So poor Mike has to deal with all of that.
He does. Yeah, he does a great job though. Like I can't imagine
He does.
another person doing that. No,
He has the
we're
mind
happy
for
to
it.
have him.
Yeah.
I want to highlight her, and get her like. So it's like her and AJ, right? They came on, and so we really want to just like highlight her and show her and her story,
Right.
and not have it be like, "Hey, I'm AJ's wife," So
I can relate.
that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. So right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
you're
went
not
from
Frank's-
Frank's
you're not
girlfriend.
Frank's
Right. Yeah, I went from his girlfriend to his fiance to his apprentice, fiance, and then wife. So yeah, I've gone through that, and I worked in the tattoo industry, which is all male dominated. So I'm used to just being overlooked and whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Frank
not anymore,
amazes
because
me.
Your leadership.
So thank you.
I
Yeah,
forgot
Frank
to
is
pull
so
up-
incredible that it's hard to be next to him because how do you compare? Like you can't. And he has 10 years on me, so he's got more experience, but he literally amazes me. Like when we met, I could not believe the drawings he was doing and the tattoos he was doing. And I tell him to this day, like, you amaze me every single day. And, I've been striving, like, I like it because it gives me something to strive for. If we were on the same level, I don't know if I would have as much motivation to push everything so much because he's so good. Like, I have to be on the top of my game to meet him. And, like, when we were in school, like, we graduated. He graduated with 4.0 and I graduated with 3.9 because one of my teachers wanted to push me. So he gave me a B because he wanted me to push myself. So like, there's always this, Frank and I literally this whole time have been going together, and like his career tattooing took way off. I was just still learning about it and stuff. So I don't really compare myself to him, like I'm on my own journey and all that. But I see it as a positive that he's so amazing because it gives me something to try to be,
Yeah, you want to be around people that bring you to the next level. Like, like that, like my wife, she used to work in the same company that I worked in, and she was amazing, but she wasn't getting the recognition that she deserved. And I've just watched her just continue to climb the ladder, and just now she's the chief marketing officer, and I can't find a job. So that tells you, like, she was like 10 times better than me.
Got it.
And she's just finally getting the recognition that she deserves. And she works in a primarily male dominated industry in technology, and she's just killing it. Like, she just killed it. And I always heard it. I saw it. I knew it. I was just finally glad that other people, saw it and recognized and gave her the opportunities and gave her the promotions that she deserved. And, she had to work hard for it, but she's gotten to that level. But she had other strong women that were leaders that she worked for that helped get her to the next level. I think if she would have constantly had to work for men, she would have been constantly, cut off. Like, she wouldn't have got to that next level. I think it was because she found other women that were really good in marketing, in technology, that she could mentor, could be menteed from. And she just, she got better and better. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I didn't have women to This is all guys. But I'm very comfortable with that, with tattooing and all that. Like, and just personal life. And most of my friends have always been guys, so I'm just comfortable like that.
Is there a reason why
it feels really good? What?
Is there a reason why there isn't more female tattoo artists, or just
there is now?
Is it mainly attract men to that industry, or?
Yeah, because it's it's not like pretty necessarily. Like, you're in awkward positions. You're touching people's bodies. You're gonna get dirty. There's blood. Like, it's not something that most girls are like, oh, I want to go do this.
Right.
Like, it could be scary. Like we've had a lot of apprentices. Some, a lot of them were female, and some of them just got too freaked out, in general about it, and couldn't do it. So it's not feminine, I guess. Yeah. It's a hard industry. It's very hard to get an apprenticeship as a female. That's why we started taking on more and more females, because they couldn't find, like, shops will tell you, no, you're a girl, I don't want you here, because they think you're going to cause drama. So they only want men. And then there's female only shops, but they're so hard to get into because there's so many females trying to get into them. So it is actually very hard to even get in, because the only way to learn how to tattoo is to apprentice. So you have to go learn under someone. That's how it works. It's not like there's schools out there. Don't go to a tattoo school. Like, that's not the way. Yeah.
That is not the way.
Oh, but I wanted to say, it feels so good when I beat Frank. That's what I wanted to say.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice.
We're not going to.
We have that fun, like, competitiveness. It's fun. Life is so hard. You have to, just, play the game. Like, just have fun with it.
Yeah. No, my wife and I are both very competitive. She's winning right now.
PBS will probably say the same.
What's that?
Every game I play, she's beating me, so it's good.
We do not let up on each other when we're playing games or anything like that. It's just not how it's done. Like,
no, but I bet she can trick you and be like, oh, but please, and be like, okay, and she'll be like, okay. She's like, got him.
When I play this card.
Oh,
nice.
Dude, I love that one. Echo.
Yeah, Echo. Yeah. So you take this out, and then for every deckhand that you have, it mills their deck. Love that. I need more of those. I need 3 Dougs in here. I think I only have. I have 3 in there? I'm looking.
I'm not sure. That's a creature.
If I can get 3 on the board, I'm definitely doing it. Actually, no.
Sure,
you need the deckhand to make it work. You need the deckhands to make that work anyway. Yeah. But yeah, he's He's a heroic creature. Yeah, so you can have 3 in the deck.
There you go.
You just keep
I'm excited
bringing it
to
back
learn.
out. Just dies, bring it back out.
That's it.
I'm excited to
bro.
learn. I'm glad they're doing the learning sessions coming up
Yes.
for the TCG because I have no idea what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that on Tuesdays going forward, so that'll always be the night we can get together.
Yeah, that's usually my night with my kids, my sons. We go out to dinner, but I'm usually home by 9:00, so I should be able to make it. So,
yeah, we
yeah.
are working on how to play content as well right now, so trying to get
that'll
that
be
going.
helpful. I mean, because there's just I know there's got to be more people like me that have never played trading card games ever. Like if you had a board game, like if it was a board game,
Right.
like I would know generally how to play anything, but as soon as it's a trading card game, it's like I don't even know where to begin. Like, so I've got to just watch somebody start from ground zero and you know teach me how to play. And I need to take some initiative on my own and watch some videos of some other games and stuff too. I found some.
You can go on the Twitch and watch the past streams, and Melly Creature goes through the whole game. So you can, I mean, that will give you a good idea of like how it's played, and you know, he singles out the cards. He tells you exactly what the cards do, all that stuff.
Yeah. That I should watch.
Yeah, maybe we can add the link in the show notes.
Yeah, I'll get
show notes. Like Twitch, because that's I've really enjoyed that. So the game itself is a lot of fun to play, and it's very interesting. Like when I talk about it with friends, I'm like, oh yeah, it's 3 rounds, but you lose cards, like so you don't. It's not like you just I'm going to start over again. And then when you're watching on Twitch, like Melly just really takes it to the next level. You can just see the excitement of every card. Like they did like full graphics of the cards in the last stream, and he just like you can see it in his face, like, oh, there's a new card and it's got full art, and just the way he's like just calling these matches and these games, it's just really, really awesome to see. It got me pumped up. Like if you watch one of those streams and you're not pumped up about playing the game, like there's something wrong. I don't know.
Check your post.
That is his thing. Like he found his element there with the Twitch. Like he's so good at it. Yeah, it's good.
That's awesome. Well, is there any closing things that you want to share with the?
There was a lot that we didn't talk about. I gotta come back.
Yeah, you definitely have to come back. I mean, come on, Frank was on for 3 hours. Like, we only scratched the surface with you for 2 hours.
Yeah, there was a lot. Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely want to bring you back.
We didn't even get into like Twitter Spaces and all that drama and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, we need
like nobody knows the drama behind the scenes of like running a project. It's crazy.
Oh man, yeah. Some of the times, like when you guys bring people up on the Twitter Spaces, I'm like, oh no, what are these people gonna say?
Yeah, you know, they just like pitch their project. You know, like they don't get it. We'll listen for a couple of minutes, but who's next? Like, yeah,
it's crazy.
You
guys do a great job of managing that, though. Like, you know, you manage the individuals that are disruptive or too shilling, you know, their stuff, and it's like, okay, we're talking about something else, but thank you, bye.
And you're nice behind the scenes too, like in the tickets, like you have some craziness happening, right? But you're always like poised and hitting everybody with the same like level of respect, even when they're bananas, which is one of the things. Right? So this person is just bananas, and they're, you know, whatever. Like I know we just leave it at that, but you continue to stay there and say, no, I just, you know, this is how it is, and what can I do to help? You know, so there's a lot of that behind the scenes that aren't even, you know, not even mentioned. But
nobody knows about it. Yeah, I just want to help. I just want everybody to have fun. Obviously, there's going to be stuff coming up that, you know, it doesn't go the way we want it to or whatever. We're going to have issues, but, you know, we're going to make it. We're good. You know, so I feel like I'm very empathic. So, like, I can feel what other people feel. And so I think that helps me, like, understand what they need in that time. Like, oh, they're feeling like this. So then I know that they need some comfort in this way. And it's like, this is just NFTs and all that, games and stuff, but it's not. Like, this is all of our lives, This is like, we're here every day going through life, like, we're losing people, we're gaining friends, we're going through all this stuff together. So, sometimes you need somebody to just hold space for you. Like, just know that we're here. Like, this is something solid that you can just take a breath, and then, I think that's important.
Well, that's one of the things that attracted to me to this community was just the family-like feeling of it, and just that's what keeps me coming back.
We're just that way. It's funny, like, I didn't realize we were that way until this project came along. Like, it's just how we are, right? Who we are. But even in school, we were really close to our professors, and nobody else was. They were just there for school, but we were like going out to dinner with the teachers and like, hanging out in the teachers' lounge and stuff. Like, I don't know. And even with our shop, like, a lot of my clients have my phone number, and I've gone out to eat with them, and if they were coming up here, they would come over to the house. Like, we're just that way, and I'm the same with everybody, and I am who I am, and not everybody likes it, and but I wouldn't want it any other way. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't want it to be so many people that I don't know who's here. I don't know these people. Like, I love being able to know everybody. So special.
It's nice. Now we're gonna have to get a little bit bigger if we want to have that theme park, because I don't think.
I know.
The
but then we'll have a secret little Discord for us, and then we'll have the big Discord for everybody else.
There we go. Yeah, like you gotta earn your level. You gotta get the elite level to get into that small Discord area.
That's right.
Where the OGs are, and then.
And congrats to Tansy if she's watching this, because she's our recent member of the Elite Guard, and so excited she's been around.
Awesome.
Yeah, I
for
love that
so
pickup.
long, and she's so amazing. Yes,
it was a nice pickup. I saw that she picked up that Spartan a couple days ago. That's awesome.
Yeah. Welcome.
We have the card, so she's gonna get the card too.
Oh, perfect.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
it's always nice when it comes with the card.
I'm excited for it.
I know. 79, we also have the card for, just so y'all know. I think that's the other one that's being listed. Yeah, 79.
Yeah, everything's outside of my price range right now.
I know. I know, man. We just moved and we sold our house, and we don't work, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even get to pick up one of the pirate eggs that just came out this past week, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was trying to scrape some money together for that, and I was like, this is ridiculous. A few months ago, I could have bought like 10 of these, and not even blinked an eye, and then the fourth quarter of last year happened, and it's just it's been one of those.
It's a roller coaster, man.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster. So I'll get back
late, though. The 24th. I don't know.
Yeah. I still can. There's still 15 or 14 left or something like that. So I can sneak one in. I can always buy one on secondary. There's one up on secondary. So I just don't want to miss out on that Hero Ultimate Samurai or Ultimate Squirrel or what is it called? Is it a squirrel hero? What is it, Christa? You can tell us.
I mean, I don't know if there's like a specific way to say it. I say Ultimate Hero Squirrel, or you can say Ultimate Squirrel.
Okay, so it's an Ultimate Hero Squirrel. That's
what I made the roll.
If you hold up all the different 5, an egg from all series 2 from the different 5, worst case scenario, I could trade some of my Snowflake Valley for a pirate one or something like that at some point, because I got a whole bunch of those thinking I wanted to get 10 of each. I was going to buy 10 in every wave, and I was going to have 10 Ultimate Heroes at the end. And, we're way.
Yeah, Aaron gets a dozen each wave.
Yeah, he gets a dozen every wave.
An Ultimate Hero trait, so he's got one on top of that. So he's going to have
he'll
have a lot of
like a 2-day 2-day session
Yeah.
with you guys.
I'm just happy I got that Wheel of Destiny when I bought it off of what was it? What was that guy's name that kind of Colin? Colin sold his Snowflake Valley that had the Wheel of Destiny, and I picked that up immediately. I was like, "Oh, it's got a Wheel of Destiny! I finally can get one." So
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah,
yeah.
But Aaron's got like 10 of those Wheel of Destinies, I'm sure, because
I know, I'm sure.
he's it's volume. You pick up enough of them, like he and Clopping, they probably got a nice collection of wheels.
I actually minted an Ultimate Hero Squirrel, and I felt bad about it, but not bad enough that I don't want it. I was like,
feel bad about it? Like,
I don't want, because I want you guys to have everything. But I was so stoked. Like, you have no idea, because we couldn't get an Ultimate Hero for the bunnies. Like, none of the staff. So, like, me, John, Mike, and Frank are just sitting here like, I want an Ultimate Hero so bad. Like, that background is so amazing, and we don't get it. So this time around, we were like, we're going to make it to where we can get him too.
Was it just something you guys decided on as a team that you weren't going to make yourself eligible for that? Or
Well, there was only 50. And so, we're not going to we didn't want to take from them. So we were like, this is for them. I mean, even going back to the Spartan mint, like we all minted Spartans ourselves in the mint. We didn't take any for the team. Euligans, Ghost Bunnies, same thing with all those. Like, it's funny, like the longer we go, the more we're like, I think we should probably take one each. Like, So now we're starting to do that.
But no, definitely. I mean, you guys are collectors too, so
we are. I know that's what makes it hard. Like, that's why I go so hard. Like sometimes with stuff and like Dead Poker and stuff, because I got to get that. Like I want it all too, and that's why like. Everything I do, I do in that mindset. Like for you guys, like I would love this. I know y'all are gonna love it.
Yeah, yeah, we do. Love it all. It's awesome. Yeah. Well, we've got a minute left before we've got to have Marissa on. So
kick me out of here.
We're gonna kick you out. We're gonna say goodbye. Put you in the green room. Your stuff, when I hit the end recording, it'll just take a minute for it to upload.
That's fine.
But we look forward to having you back on
guys.
Again soon. Thanks, Christa.
Yeah, thank you. Love you guys.
Love you too. Oh man, that was awesome. What happened to Lord L? I wish he would have been here for the whole time. Lord L, we're gonna put a Twitter pic on here because we have to, because we lost you about an hour and a half ago, and you didn't come back. So
didn't come back.
So anyways, but we had the Queen on. That was awesome. That was just awesome.
I mean, so like trust, transparency, fairness, inclusion, community, art, like inspiration. These are all words I think of when I'm thinking about Christa, and she brings so much to the business side of it too. Like, so there's so many different elements that she's helping out with. And she's definitely a great partner with Frank. So like nothing to take away from Frank. He is an amazing artist in himself in his own right. But there is definitely that partnership, that component to him that, makes it a great duo.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they complement each other. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like, just you don't have this without both of them. Like, just they complete. Like the Jerry Maguire, you complete me. I can see that with them. Like the two of them, coming together to make what we love, the Battle Bunnies. It happens because of both of them, and it was exciting to have an evening with her to kind of hear just a little bit. Like we didn't even get into a lot of things, so can't wait to have Christa back on and do this again very soon. So any closing thoughts, BBS, before we wrap up?
I like the little touches. The penguin story was great. The proposal on the stage at graduation, that was great. Just a little bit of like you mentioned, we scratched the surface of the art discussion. I'd love to get more into that and more about the tattoo industry. And then really like the community aspect of it, which is such a huge thing. A lot of companies, as you know, Brian, being from the marketing world, they think of community last. Like they build a product, they do something, and then they like, oh, we need people to buy this. So I feel like with the Battle Bunnies, they've done things in a way that focuses more on community and less on, we're just here to make money and we don't care about anything else. It's really like, I feel like it's a focus on community, and it almost feels like a family. It is a family.
It is a family. Yeah. I mean, we are a Fluffle.
Yeah.
And I reiterate this all the time in the stuff. It's community first. Like Christa talked about it, how like she doesn't want it right now to be like enough to support a theme park because they want to grow it the right way. They want to grow it slow with the community, and then eventually we'll get to the size where we can support a theme park and, have the movies and the TV shows and, just all the things built around the lore. But, for right now, we're building that base. We're building the community first. And that's what I love. I just love that. So for you ultimate fans out there in the community, we appreciate you for taking a couple hours out of your day to spend with us and Christa. And we look forward to you coming back next week as we bring a new ultimate fan. Maybe it's you. Maybe you will be on the show next. We're looking for ultimate fans to join us here each week. So if you are interested, definitely reach out to us over Discord and subscribe. Get plugged in so we can communicate with you, and we can bring you more of these wonderful episodes like the one we just had with Christa. Thank you for joining us today, Ultimate Fan. BBS, Lord L, and Brian, that's me, do hope you enjoyed today's program as much as we did, where ultimate fans like you are the stars of the show. We'd be honored to have you join us on a future episode where you can share your story and love of the Battle Bunnies with this encouraging community. It would be the greatest compliment if you shared something you love about the Battle Bunnies on your favorite social platform today, like X, Facebook, or Instagram, and tagged us. Or simply use hashtag UltimateFancast so we can recognize and celebrate with you and other super fans by sharing your post. Bonus points if you do both and use an image of one of your favorite Battle Bunnies or a screenshot of this episode. We know you share, like, and comment because you care about our fellow Ultimate fans as much as we do. Please leave comments too to let us know how we can make this the greatest fan experience for the Battle Bunnies community. This podcast is sponsored by Hairstream Media, your bunnies all the time streaming service. Okay, not really. It is just us fans like you giving some of our time to support other fans like you. Join us over in the Battle Bunnies community and Discord to continue the fun. We hope you tune in with us each week. So make it easy. Subscribe now. We'll be here to keep you hopping when you need us.